And if not, then I suppose it's time for Clydus to earn his keep. Hello, and welcome back to the Lost Legends of Scadrial Mistborn Adventure Game Podcast. I'm your host and narrator, Trevor, and with me I have the rest of the well-roasted dusters.
Hello, I'm Lena, aka Beladora Wilde.
I'm Zach, and I play Finnigan Bomon.
I'm John, I go by Clovermite Online, and I play Clydus Logan.
Let's jump back in. So Finn, you are going out and opening up another one?
I'm going to go right to the oldest one, or at least what I think is the oldest one.
So that one in the top left up by the gate.
Yep.
Okay. Calden is going to try and take a closer look at this statue. Bella, are you still kind of giving him a pretty scrutinizing glance?
Yeah.
As he's doing this? Go ahead and give me a wits roll.
That was 5s.
With 5s, you notice that as he's going over the statue, he seems to relax just a little bit, and he is running his hands over areas that have a little more detail than other ones. You see him do something as blatant as trying to pull the dagger out that's at this guy's waist, and then reaching up like underneath the back of this cloak and checking up in there. And you see him completely focused on this search, performing a very, very detailed hands-on inspection, really trying to, like, it looks very much like he's sincerely trying to figure out what's going on, if there's anything the secret has to hide.
Okay. I'm still gonna keep a really close eye on him and just kind of do a cursory inspection of the area as I continue to go through the coffins.
Okay, go ahead and give me a wits roll -1.
Okay.
I stand by, he's a nerd trying to break bad and greener than seaweed.
That is nothing and a nudge.
So yeah, you continue like walking around, and you're trying to make it look like you're doing a detailed look, and you open up a couple more coffins and close them up. But you have put absolutely nothing in the bag so far.
Yeah, she's not really here for the looting.
But what is she here for?
She's just here to get some gossip. She's just figuring out what this guy's up to.
Finn, go ahead and give me a physique roll +1 to get into this one.
Okay. That is 4s and 2 nudges.
Yeah, once again, with the 4s, you are able to get that crowbar in there. And then this time, you feel like you've got a little bit better understanding of where exactly this door is being latched into place. And so you maneuver the crowbar a little bit around. You find that sweet spot, and you give a quick jerk. And this time, it snaps through that deadbolt or whatever it is pretty easily without that large of a noise. And it swings right open for you.
Do I see anything inside?
Inside looks a lot like the last one, except the statue is different, and this one is completely full.
Like completely full of graves?
Yeah.
Coffins?
Yeah, there's no empty slots in this one.
Okay, I am gonna... are there any coffins that seem to be more ornate than the others?
Give me a wits roll.
Oh, one more dice. 3s.
There is one that seems to be, like, it has a little bit of a gold inlay, whereas a lot of the other ones seem to be very, very plain. As you're looking at it, you actually notice that some of the very first ones on the right side are very, not rough, but obviously like less less involved, but the further you get towards the back, you notice that they get better and better in quality, and then that one in particular seems to be very well with attention paid to it.
Okay,
It had a lot of attention paid to it.
I would like to use the crowbar to open that one up.
I don't think you need the crowbar for it. You're able to just kind of come over, and there's a small latch that you undo, and you slide it open.
Oh, okay.
Give me a spirit roll.
Oh.
Nothing.
So you find some small trinkets in there, but you don't find anything that would necessarily scream to you as being incredibly valuable. Just like a couple of normal silver rings and a set of earrings.
Are they pewter earrings?
They are not.
Okay. Darn. Almost useful. From there, I unless we want to move on, I'd like to check out the statue.
Sure. Were you gonna take any of those, or are you just leaving it there?
I'm gonna kind of like relatch it. It doesn't seem worth taking.
Okay. You guys are terrible grave robbers.
We're looking for the big payday, man.
Yeah, give me a wits roll.
4s.
With 4s, you go over the statue pretty in depth, and you put a lot of pressure on it at points to see if you can rock it. You do as many different tests and examinations as you can come up with, and you feel confident that this is just a regular statue of Sheila Sesta.
Sheila Sesta. Okay.
You're gonna get all the names now, John.
Cool. I like Sheila. She's a good tank.
Clydus, give me a wits roll.
Rolling wits. Just one nudge.
With one nudge, you notice absolutely nothing out of the ordinary.
So, good darkness.
Bella, are you doing anything else, or just still kind of cruising along behind Calden as he does his thing?
Just kind of cruising along. I'll probably try to make some very casual conversation as well, just to see how uncomfortable I can make him. Just stuff like, "So, Calden, how did you get into this business?" sort of thing.
Well, and he's saying this as he's looking through one of the coffins, and he's kind of patting down the corpses and going into pockets, and he actually starts filling up his bag as he's going through some of the one or two of the coffins you didn't get to. I've always been fascinated by stories of times when the Lord Ruler was going, and stories of the Ascendant Warrior. But I'm not necessarily sure I'd call this a business. I mean, it's not exactly solvent, if you get what I'm saying. And he moves on to the next coffin and starts filling the bag up with anything in there as well.
I mean, there are plenty of businessmen with very little business sense. No offense intended, of course. So, why that age in particular?
I mean, what other age is there? Nothing interesting happened under the Lord Ruler's reign for 1,000 years that would be of all of interest to anybody else. And he's gonna see that you opened all the rest of them, and then start walking out and heading towards, he's gonna be heading towards this one over here, not knowing where Finn went. The next closest one on the left for our listeners.
Okay, I'll follow him.
Finn, are you doing anything else in there?
I think I'm going to take a cursory look into one of the other ornate ones as I'm on my way out.
Okay, give me another spirit roll.
Nothing.
Same thing, there's just some run-of-the-mill jewelry. You could sell it for something, but it's not going to get you a whole lot.
At this point, I'm thinking this might be a bust, and I just start taking little trinkets and putting them in my little baggie.
Okay. Calden and Bella get to that door, and he sees that it's not open, and he kind of starts looking around nervously to try and find Finn.
I think he probably went to go find the gatekeeper, groundskeeper.
Why would he do that? We need these open if we're going to find it.
I don't know. He probably got bored.
We're never going to find it at this rate. We need to we need to hurry. Somebody's going to find us.
Well, I was just joking, darling. You can settle down a little bit, you know.
I don't know. I feel like we're running out of time. Finn, right around then is when you come out of that building.
That one's opened up for you. I'll get some of the other ones. I just went to this one first because it looks like it was the oldest and seemed like it'd be the least likely place to hide something, grand, so to speak.
Bella, why don't you go take care of that one, and I'll search the one that he opens up next.
All right. Sounds good to me. And I'll just kind of give Finn a little bit of a nudge as I pass by him, like, yeah, this guy's weird. He could very well just be a nerd, but the last nerd that we encountered was also shady.
So you're opening up that one that's pinging?
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me another roll.
Is this still +1 with crowbar?
Yep.
That is 5s.
Oh yeah, with 5s, you're just really getting into the hang of this. You slip it in, you break it, the door starts to swing open. Are you heading inside or heading on to the next one?
I'll do like a swift glance inside, see if there's anything different about this one compared to the
same
other two.
Same story. It's another statue that's different from the other two, but this one is full of coffins.
Is the statue of a female?
This time it's another male.
I'll continue on.
Okay. Calden is going to slip inside. Bella, are you looking a little more fruitfully this time, or are you still kind of disinterested in the process?
Yeah, I'll pay a little bit more attention this time because there's not some shady guy to watch instead.
Okay, go ahead and give me a wits roll then.
Alrighty. That was 4s and a nudge.
With 4s and a nudge, you are able to pretty efficiently develop this system where you quick peek inside, check for any obvious signs of jewelry, slip any pieces of jewelry off, put it in the bag, and then move on. And before too long, you're able to get through the rest of this one, and your bag is starting to get just a little bit weighty with all of the jewelry that's gone inside of it.
All right, I'll move on to the one that was most recently open.
Okay, Finn, go ahead and give me a roll to open this one.
That will be 3s and 2 nudges.
3s and 2 nudges will do it. There is a little bit of a noise this time, but it's not kind of the loud snapping sound that happened the very first time.
Oh, sorry, that's 3s and 3 nudges.
Yeah, so with 3 nudges, you feel pretty confident that this one opened almost as silently as the other ones. And then you glance inside and you see a empty pillar where the statue would be, and you see that there are no coffins inside of this one.
Interesting.
Sus.
Could I take a look at the base of what used to be a statue there? See if there's any kind of placard or anything like that?
You see that at the bottom of the plinth there is a empty space for the placard, but you don't really get the sense that there used to be a statue. You get the sense that there has not been a statue yet.
Okay, so this is a crypt that's to be used.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave and depart for the next one then.
Okay, and you're going for that last one?
Yep.
Bella, as you get to that one that was most recently opened, you hear a shout from inside, a very excited shout as he starts yelling, "I found them! I found them! I found them!" And he comes running out and almost runs headlong into you at the door.
Alright, did Clydus hear that?
Go ahead and give me a wits roll.
Yeah, 5s and 2 nudges.
You definitely heard that. It was very loud and very shrill.
And am I noticing signs of anyone else hearing it?
You actually hear somebody off in the distance. You can't exactly tell what they're saying, but it sounds like a like a alarmed, not alarmed, but it sounds like a, hey, we should go, classic full, solid snake. Blink!
Mm-hmm.
You get the exclamation point. Bella, what are you doing as he kind of runs out, holding 2 glass daggers in his hand?
I am going to smack him upside the head, first thing. And second thing, I probably have like a little handkerchief or something. I'm going to see if I can just shove that in his mouth.
Okay. Give me a physique roll.
Oh, good. This is my forte.
Don't worry, his is worse.
That was 3s and a nudge.
Yeah, you, as he comes out, he's still shouting as he gets out the door, and he almost bumps into you, holding these 2 daggers off to the side, and you give him a quick smack across the face, and then, he kind of looks at you with a, look of indignation and opens his mouth again to speak, and you just pop your handkerchief right in there, and he goes, before, like, coughing and, like, trying to grab the handkerchief out of his mouth.
Remember what you were saying about being quiet and not bringing attention to ourselves?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. And you see him glance towards the gate. John, what were you saying Clydus was about to do?
I was going to say Clydus is going to try and, like, stealthily run back and say, "Fromage barnacles, people."
Go ahead and give me a physique roll to get over the fence.
No, he's not climbing the fence. Right, it's not like a wall, it's a fence, right? You can talk through it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's just going over there to quickly give a warning and then going to try and go back and sneak up on the people who are trying to come look.
Okay, you will have to, like, more than kind of whisper it. Like, it'll have to be more of a shout, because I'd say there's probably, like, 30 to 40 feet between the edge of the fence here and where they are in this mausoleum.
Okay, then he's not going to come back. He's going to go stalk the other people.
Okay. You notice, as they're coming down the road, that they've got, I forget, are there lamps, like electrical torches of some kind, or is it still fire torches?
At least like oil lamps.
I don't think electricity is common yet, but I think that they're just getting started.
I think it's all the rage in Elendel and not much past that.
Yeah, so there'd probably be like street lamps of some sort that might be electrical in New Seran. But yeah, they've got like old, some sort of oil lamp or some sort that they're coming down, and they look to be in some sort of uniform, although they're still just a little ways off. There is a group of 6 of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, groundskeepers.
I saw a ping. So wait, they're already all the way at the gate?
No, they're still a ways away from the gate.
Okay, but so they're not even inside?
No.
Oh. So there's no one for him to sneak up on.
Not inside with you, no.
Where are they at with respect to...
So if
again?
we're looking at the left of the gate to the entire complex, imagine that like there's a road, and they're kind of like a little ways down the road heading towards the cemetery.
Okay, well, Clydus is going to try and hop the fence and then get around behind him.
Okay, so you're going to hop the fence out of the complex.
Yep.
Perfect. Go ahead and give me a physique roll.
4s.
Yeah, with 4s, you're able to get over the top of it pretty easily. Give me another physique roll to try and sneak up on them.
5s.
Yeah, you just kind of melt into the darkness and become, go a little bit out of the way as they're going forward. So it's kind of like a rotation thing where you're trading places with them as they get closer to the gate. They do walk directly up to the gate and start peering inside. And one of them like pushes on the gate and like kind of rattles it. But
just as they do, Clydus is gonna just suddenly like shout behind them, "Gentlemen, do you know where I can find the Charles E. Fromage in this here city? I just got back from that riot bar, and man, I got barnacles on me from falling in the water."
He fucking did it.
And, I could use another drink, so y'all have a flask or something. I got some spare change.
Let's pause that right there for just a second. Jump back to Bella and Finn. Finn, were you still trying to get that last one open?
I may as well at this point. It's the last one, and I haven't got anything worth anything yet.
You did overhear him shouting that he had found it.
I'm aware.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a physique roll. Ooh.
That is 5s and a nudge.
Yeah, you are in your happy place. You have done 5 doors
everywhere.
In 10 minutes, and like this is just like the happiest Finn has been in months. As you put that crowbar in, find the sweet spot, just a quick shove, a little application of strength, and the door pops open.
Finnigan is... It gets a little maniacal giggle with each door that he opened.
Less lawful good every single episode. I guess he was never lawful good, but less neutral good. Yeah, you pop the door open, and this one is the same story as the last one. No coffins, and just the stand for the statues.
That was a waste. But I opened the door.
Bella.
I'm just gonna kind of grab Calden by the arm and try to haul him around, like, to the back of the... How do I do the pointy thing?
Long click.
Just, like, right over here. Just, like, right behind the mausoleum.
He is going to pull your handkerchief out of his mouth completely now. Or I guess he already did. And he's gonna, like, kind of resist you and, like, look back towards the gate. And he's gonna say, "What about Clydus?" And I think that's right when you hear Clydus's loud voice saying barnacles and riot bars and Charles E. Fromage.
I think Clydus has it handled. I think that we need to get our stuff sorted right now.
And let's jump back to Clydus at this point. As soon as you draw their attention, a couple of them whip around. You see one of them pull a revolver out from his holster on the side and cock it, but he doesn't point it anywhere. And he says, What are you doing down here in the cemetery?"
What? This is the cemetery? Whoa, you ain't gotta point that thing at me. Oh, unless you want to do like a duel, we could shoot each other's hats or something. And then Clydus like pulls his gun out and then like takes his hat off and makes as if he's gonna put it on one of the posts and like does it all like trying to stumble and like wave his hand like he's drunk, trying to aim his gun at his own hat. What are we betting?
What did you do with the bag that you grabbed earlier?
I'm gonna say that Clydus would have dropped it.
Okay. So they're going to look very unamused. And they're going to say, "Sir, we heard something from inside this mausoleum. We're going to need you to stay with us as we make sure that there's nobody else here."
Is it haunted? I've always wanted to see some ghosts. Do one of you got one of them spears, survivor spears, to protect us from the evil dead?
Go ahead and you go ahead and walk right in front of us. Keep your hands to your sides, and let us do our jobs. We're the police. We're gonna make sure everybody's safe. Just make sure that you don't make us do anything we don't want to do. And Clydus, give us a wits roll.
Quickly, I just need to relieve myself. And he goes to just pee right on the entrance there. I got 2s and a nudge.
You see like how they're like officially uniformed, but you don't see any badges anywhere.
And Clydus goes and relieves himself on the fence right in front of him.
They're gonna leave a couple guys with you. Two of them are going to try and climb the fence, and 2 of them start heading down towards the edge where the corner of the fence where they would be able to see down the side that you guys had breached. Finn, were you about to do something, John?
I was going to say, Clydus is just going to keep distracting him.
Okay, Finn, what do you do?
Do I have enough time to... I obviously also heard from Maj and Barnacle. Do I have enough time to give the mausoleums a quick appearance of the doors being closed?
That's up to you.
Yeah.
Do you have enough time?
I at least am gonna count on the dark for the other ones. But I'm gonna get the front 2 closed.
Okay. Give me a physique roll.
That is 5s, my friend.
Yeah, with 5s, you are able to close this one, and then you quickly sprint across to the other one, just as you see 2 guys landing on the other side of the fence, on the inside of the complex, but not in the mausoleum area that you're in, and start walking down the aisle towards you. So you are at this one that was the oldest one, and they are about right up here towards the main gate.
And I'm gonna what I'd like to do is I'm gonna work my way down, closing this one as I pass, just kind of go around and count on like the darkness and shadows to hide what's been done to these 2.
Okay, we'll go back to Bella. Bella, as you're still trying to pull him, he once again hesitates and pulls back against you and says, maybe we should just hide in one of these and wait for them to pass.
Or we could get out right now.
Well, we don't have Finn. Clydus is with them. Who knows if they're going to arrest him?
They can figure their own shit out. They've done it before.
And then at this point is if you go ahead and give me a wits roll.
Okay. That was 5s.
With 5s, that's when you see 2 guys coming just around the edge of the fencing over here.
Okay. How dark is it right now? Like, would I be still in eyesight if I ducked out of the complex entirely and started booking it the other way?
You feel like it's possible. You definitely feel like you would not have seen them if it weren't for the fact that they were carrying lamps.
Okay.
But as far as how good their vision is going this way with the light that they have, you feel like it's possible, but you don't know for sure.
Okay. Just a quick question. How obviously broken were the mausoleum doors when we were working around them?
Coloss-sized. Or Coloss-blooded sized.
No, like
the
actual
doors.
Mausoleum doors that were popped open.
The outside facade is not damaged in any way, but if there's any sort of examination of them, it will be pretty obvious that they won't close and stay closed.
Okay. I mean, they're probably going to want to go in there as soon as they see that these bars have been popped open. So I'm going to just grab Calden very, very firmly by the arm, and then I'm going to hiss in his ear, "Look, I'm your best chance at getting out of here right now. Those boys can take care of themselves. You either come with me now or you get caught."
He will glance really quickly backwards and then at you, and then he is going to say, "Take the daggers, get out of here, give me the loot, and I'll distract them. They'll think it was just a grave robbing. The most important thing is that we get those daggers out of here."
What kind of vibes am I getting from him right now?
Give me a charm roll.
Alrighty.
Give me the money, take these glass daggers, and I'll take the fall.
That is, yeah, threes, and yeah, threes.
He seems to be, he's very nervous. He's doing his best to sound convincing. Whether or not he's being deceitful in that attempt is very unclear.
Metagaming here, but that doesn't make any sense. Like, if the object is for him to take the fall, you don't need to have him with the valuables. You just leave him there with the place defaced. Then you make off with the valuables. I mean, take the glass knives, sure. I'll make sure the loot gets out. Good luck being the fall guy.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do it. I'm just gonna book it, and grab the daggers from him.
Oh, so you're gonna try and grab the daggers and keep your stuff and run?
If possible, if he tries to take the loot from me, then I will give it to him without any fuss. But I'm just focused on getting out as soon as possible.
Okay, give me a physique roll.
Oh, that was fives.
Oh my gosh.
So with fives, you start passing him the bag. He reaches over and puts one hand on it. As he's passing the glass daggers towards you, you flip the bag open and kind of like flick it and get the top of it over the daggers, twist it in his hands to get him to release the daggers, and then pull the bag away, and you start running away down the length of the fence.
Psych!
Go ahead and give me one more physique roll.
Oh god.
We're really
This is where
pushing
my
our
luck
luck
is
here
gonna
with
run
those.
out. Yeah, I really am. That was threes.
As you get outside of the fence and start running, you hear the two guys say, "Hey, you! Stop right there!" And then you hear the sound of feet behind you.
Okay. I'm looking for the nearest place that I can ditch this loot. Preferably somewhere that I would be able to come back to it if possible. But I know that this is probably slowing me down. So I'm just gonna ditch it like over a wall or something if I can.
You could throw it over the fence, or you could try and like throw it into a bush or something as you're running. But there's not really a great, if I get rid of this here, I know nobody will ever see it except for me. Spot.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll probably ditch it in a bush then. I feel like I'll have way more success with that than tossing it over a fence as I'm running.
Okay, I'm gonna make this a spirit roll.
Oh god. Choose!
Yeah, you're able to, as you're running, you get just past the edge of the fence, and you feel like they're gaining on you a little bit. As you're running by it, you look to your left and you see this, like, topiary area where there's a really lush garden that has a really, really big bush. And as you run by, you just sling this bag to your left and it flies right into the bush and sinks to the bottom, and you keep on running. Let's go to Finn. You kind of saw the last bit of the interchange between Calden and Bella as she got the daggers and started running away. And then that's when you heard the guy shouting at her to stop. What do you do?
I guess I'm gonna, because they don't see Calden yet, right?
Correct. Well, as far as you know.
As far as I know. I guess I'm going to quickly pull him through the fence with his mouth covered and attempt to like get into like maybe a corner like right in here where it's where we might not be easily seen by people running this way.
He still is on this side of the fence, but he's like right here is where I think that exchange happened. like back of the building by the hole in the fence.
Okay, I'm going to kind of rush him into this corner here. That way we're obscured from the view of these people coming from here.
As you like get up to him and start pulling him away, he's going to start like furiously whispering, "She's double-crossing us. She took the daggers and the loot and she's gone."
It's probably because she didn't trust you to keep your cool. It's all fine. Just hide over here.
And Clydus, are you reacting at all, or are you just still playing the part of drunken idiot?
How many of them are left behind with me?
2 of them are with you there at the gate, and there's 2 of them that are within eyesight because of their lanterns that are probably like getting close towards the entrance to the area that you guys were in.
I think upon hearing, "Hey, you stop," I'm going to have Clydus try and bash their heads together. Knock them out in one shot.
Give me a physique roll +2. You know what? Add in 1 more for being deceptively lackadaisical.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, 5's and a nudge.
Okay, so yeah, you finish up. You zip up your pants. You turn around. And you're like, "Oh, well, there's no way for me to wash my hands." And as you look down at your hands, it prompts them to look down at your hands. And then you reach up and you grab their heads and you smack them together. And there's a loud resounding crack. And then they both kind of slump over and fall to the ground.
And then Clydus is going to be booking it for the voices he heard yelling.
Okay, so you're going to start running down the fence here and then towards Bella.
Yeah, he's going to come around the corner and then head towards... He's going to pursue the pursuers.
Gotcha. Let's go back to Bella. Go ahead and give me another physique roll.
Oh, God. 2's and a nudge.
They're going to re-roll.
That doesn't make me feel confident.
You're very lucky. They got nothing. So you start to peel away. You're not out of the woods yet, but if this is an extended contest, if you succeed 2 more times, then you are free and clear.
Okay. For the record, what Bella would be keeping an eye out for is any sort of like party or large group, anywhere that she can wedge herself in and lose herself in a crowd.
Assassin's Creed
Give me
style.
a spirit roll.
Okay. Fours.
Somehow, in the middle at midnight, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, there is a group of partygoers who happen to be cruising by the cemetery. And Bella, go ahead and give me a charm roll.
Nice.
+1 for beguiling smile.
Okay. 3's and 4 nudges.
Okay. You see this group and you make a beeline for them. And you arrive panting just a little bit, but with a couple of smiles and a couple of, quick flirtatious flips of the hair, you are able to make your way into the center of this group. And for all intents and purposes, thanks to your incredible luck of there being a party out at this time of night by the cemetery, Bella has made it clear.
I'm stressed.
Cemeteries are all the rage in Elendel.
All the rave in New
stretching
Seran.
That catchphrase thin.
It's all the rave in New Seran.
There we go.
Let's jump to Finn. You get around that corner and you're kind of like crouching near the corner of those 2 buildings. The 2 men who jumped on the inside stop outside of the gate to this area and start like looking around trying to see anything in there. And one of them even shouts, "We know you're in there. You might as well come out."
I'm gonna quickly like cover my I'm gonna quickly cover Caldin's mouth because he'd fall for that. I'm gonna basically call their bluff, and they don't actually see anything.
Okay, let's jump over to Clydus then. How long are you going to be following them?
I've got this can outrun any human trait, so I'm going to take advantage of that. Basically going to try and come up with behind them and trying to be as stealthy as I can so I can headbutt them smash their heads together too before they realize I'm behind them.
Okay, powerful legs. Did we put a lot of that down or just a little bit?
It says run 25 miles per hour, and in parentheses, can outrun any human.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me a physique roll for the attack on them. I'm going to give you -1 for the attack because you're trying to hit 2 people while they're on the move.
Okay. Do I get any bonuses?
I don't think so. You don't really have anything that, the powerful legs let you do it without rolling to catch up, but there's nothing really that makes you good at like a football tackle.
Alright, well, I got nothing.
They got a pair of 4s and a nudge.
Wait, I should get Kolos blooded, right?
I just don't think that it's pure strength.
Smashing their heads together?
Yeah, but it's the coordination of running up and then catching up to them and then getting to a point where you can coordinate to hit their heads together. It seems like it's a lot more dexterity than strength to me. Because if you're not able to actually get to their heads, then you can't smash them together.
Alright.
But they got 4s and a nudge, so you come up and you start to try and reach towards them and find a way to bring them both down. And you grab onto one of them's shoulder, and as soon as your hand touches your shoulder, he rolls it and does kind of a juke to the side and draws his gun and puts his hand on his gun to draw it. Finn, are you keeping an eye out, or are you just kind of like sitting with your back to the wall?
I'm kind of like I'm guessing that we've kind of got it like right in this little corner where there's not like a really big gap.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of trying, because as these guys are running past, I'm assuming I see Clydus go by.
Yeah.
And then these guys are still looking over here. I think I'm waiting to see.
So are you kind of like peeking at these guys, or are you just trusting to stay out of sight of them?
I'm trusting to stay out of sight of them. I'm not acting unless I hear them actually try to come in. Because that means
give me a wits roll.
That is 2s and a nudge.
With 2s and a nudge, you hear the sound of boots against the metal, and then the soft thumps as they land on the other side of the gate.
Okay. I still have those sheets, right?
I guess. Sure.
I haven't used them yet.
Weird that you brought them along, but...
So I quickly take out these sheets, and I hand one to Calden. And I say, "Put this over your head, quick."
What? Why am
I've got an idea.
Oh, okay.
Just follow my lead.
He puts it over his head.
Follow my lead. And I'm gonna quickly put the sheet over my head and kind of make this kind of like
give me a charm roll.
3s.
Yeah, you come out there and you start wailing, and Calden, it does not follow. And as you come out towards the light, you can't really see underneath, but you hear the cocking of a gun.
Okay, at that point, I will. Can I at least gauge like where distance wise where they're at?
Yeah, they're good, like 20, 30 feet from you.
At that point, I will take the sheet, pull it up over myself, and rush them and try and cover them with the sheet, and then knock them out.
Okay, I'm gonna give them, as you're running up, they're gonna point their gun at you, and they're gonna tell you one time to stop before They're going to get one chance to fire at you if you try and go through this with this, is basically what I'm saying. Like, with the amount of distance between you. What's that?
Can we cliffhanger it there? Because we're going on 2 hours here, and it is a school night.
Gotcha. Yeah, we can go ahead and stop right there.
Ah!
Alrighty, thank you guys for listening very much. We will be back in another 2 weeks' time.
Bye!
Bye.
Mistborn and all related properties are owned by Brandon Sanderson and Dragonsteel Entertainment. The Mistborn adventure game is a product of Crafty Games. Special thanks to Steve Argyle for letting us use his artwork for the logo, and to Boardroom Design for putting the logo together for us. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at LLOS Podcast, or give us an email at lostlegendsofscadrial@gmail.com. We hope that you'll like and share and give us a review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.